Hey, what's up, y'all? I'm making a video. I don't know if I made a video on this yet or not, but I'm just talk about it again, even if I have in the past. But this is really important. It's about power, man. Power. Never abuse your power, no matter what. Never abuse your power, no matter how much power you have. Everything is power. Me being able to use my phone right now is power. Me being able to drink milk right now is power. You know, being able to be alive and talk and speak, move my head around, speak, look, use all my senses, put on clothes. All this stuff is power. Like, my hand's kind of weak right now. That's suppression of power, you know. But like when it comes to like power over others, when you know you have power over others, it's important to understand discipline and to understand what it means to have power. We don't have power to harm others and to oppress others. We have power to help others and maintain balance in certain aspects of the world. That's why we have power. That's why we're granted power. If you abuse your power, you will lose it. You will lose it eventually. You will lose it because you don't have power to just do whatever. I feel like that's why Egypt was destroyed. Not Egypt, sorry, that sounds fucked up. But you know, like the ancient Egypt with like all the gods and goddesses and shit like that. I feel like that's what happened. I feel like they got too cocky and arrogant and egotistical to the point where they're just like, all right, they're a threat to the planet now, so they can't get ahead of themselves. It will be destroyed. So that stuff happens. It's just like with, you know, corporations and stuff like that. They will be destroyed if they don't get their shit together and they don't change and honor the world and honor the power. You know, power is really important. You know, you have a lot of women who abuse their power where they're successful and they're famous and they have money and prestige and all these different things, but then they feel power over men and they treat men all like however they want to treat them. Kind of like it's like Boa Hancock, like how she is, you know. And it's even worse when they have like issues with men and stuff like that. But a lot of them, they may feel really good having power over men and seeing men just just fall in love with them and they can just treat them however they want to treat them. Eventually you will be humbled. You'll come across someone who will see through that. You know, you come across an equal or someone who's more capable than you. They may not be out there like that, or they may not, you know, flaunt themselves like that or whatever, but they will humble you and not really be into that because like they're probably wondering, why are you abusing your power like that? Like, why are you doing that? That shit's not gonna work on me. Same thing with men, you know, who abuse their power with women and think that they can just do whatever they want with them and just, okay, cool, I'm the sexy, rich, successful guy, so all these women flock to me and I can just do whatever I want to you and all these different things. That's fucked up. You know, you shouldn't do these things. All different kinds of things. If you're a journalist, it's fucked up if you're going to use your power to brainwash people in order to get clicks and everything like that and views. That's where yellow journalism came from. That's where corruption came from. All that corruption and brainwashing in the media came from like people who were trustworthy, but they got greedy and they wanted to, whoa, that's so interesting. Sorry. They wanted to brainwash people they wanted to confuse people for money, and they wanted to confuse them to control them. You know, a lot of that shit goes on YouTube. I remember I used to do it. And I wanted some money. I did that sometimes. I really felt shameful about it, so I didn't really do it like that. But like, what I'm pretty much trying to say is clickbaiting. You know, people who clickbait, trying to bait people to do this or do that or whatever. It's desperation. That stuff comes out of desperation. All that stuff comes out of lack and desperation. But it's a form of abusing power. You know, all different kinds of things. World leaders who lie to their countries, and they don't listen to the people and everything like that. Like, when you get in these positions, it's not supposed to be about just you. It's supposed to be about looking after others. We have power not for ourselves. We have power to help the people around us. We have money The reason why we have money, we like, the reason why people make a lot of money isn't necessarily just to take care of themselves. It's to take care of the people around them as well. You know, you look after yourself first, but you also take care of people that you care about and help people that you want to help, you know? But a lot of people don't understand those things as well. Like, power comes, you have power to look after people. You should never use power to oppress others. You know, you should never hurt others. If you feel unhealed or you feel hurt and you feel like you want to hurt somebody because you've been hurt, it's important for you to take a step back, see the situation for what it is, heal, get back to yourself before you were hurt, and make sense out of the situation. You should never go down that path. Don't go down paths of revenge. Don't do revenge. Revenge is super unnecessary. It's already happening. Anything, any injustice, whatever that happened to you is already being taken care of. You don't worry about human justice or anything like that. Humans don't know what the fuck they're doing out here. It's already happening, and divine justice is already happening. Everything's happening. It takes time sometimes, but things happen because you're looking at it from your perspective, emotional perspective, but you also have to look at it from, like, if you look at it from a higher perspective, realize anybody that does wrong and they keep doing wrong, they will be punished for it eventually. A lot of humans, they don't really see these things, but it's important because they're not only hurting you and whatever, they're hurting others, and also they're painting the planet and they're making a bad example for the planet. So now this is affecting the planet. An example will be made out of them. It has to happen eventually because they're just going to end up messing things up. So yeah, it's divine justice for you, but it's also divine justice for the planet as well and others, because if they just keep doing all these things can to escalate. Sometimes people are used as pawns. Some people who do wrong and stuff like that and have negative karma, they are used as pawns. So sometimes they're put into situations and keep doing things just to to trigger events and stuff like that. It's a very deep thing. It really is. It's really deep. All of it is just used to just impact minds and just expand consciousness and stuff like that. I know a lot of you guys don't understand that stuff, but yeah, it's a really deep thing. It's really deep. It's a lot of like spiritual manipulation going on, I won't lie. But it's the only way for people to grow. So spiritual manipulation. I don't do it. It's the planet does that shit. But yeah. But yeah, power, man. Don't abuse your power. If you have power, you're supposed to use it for the good things, Understand, like, people who say, you know, I be seeing these things like villain eras and stuff like that. Like, that's not a thing to brag about. You should never brag about having a villain era. Why would you ever want to be someone who's tainted like that, and someone who's not doing good for the planet, and who strays from their soul? Eventually you have to go back to your soul, because if you don't, you'll be murdered. And not murdered like you can be murdered by somebody, but you're pretty much, what I'm saying is, you're gonna be killed by the planet. You know, you're gonna have a hit on you from the planet, so you'll die somehow, whether it's someone that randomly kills you, or if you're used in a situation and you end up dying. If you end up dying from a disease or something like that, a natural disaster, something like that, because if you don't fix yourself and you're just being this menace to the planet, you're gonna die, because from the way how the world sees you, you're a rogue cell. You're a radical cell. You're cancer. So once you're cancer, you can die, because you're cancer now. So that's something that you have to understand, because you're cancer. You don't want to be cancer. Like, you don't want to be a cancer cell walking around tainting other people and stuff like that, and spreading, because you're spreading, and now all these other people are becoming that too, and then it's just going to become a mass thing, and it's going to affect a lot of people negatively, in the planet negatively. So it's important to understand these things. So, like, also, you should never allow anyone to mess with your mind or change the way how you are. You should never let anyone mess with you like that and control you. You know, you should stay strong in yourself. You know, whatever situation you're faced with, you're entrusted to persevere and maintain yourself and become stronger. So if you're faced with these people who don't treat you right or whatever, I've been treated like shit from my family. I've always just been myself. I never ever thought about doing anything bad to people. There's negative things I've done, but I didn't realize it was wrong. That's the thing. I just didn't realize it was wrong. Once I realized it was wrong, I'm like, oh, I don't want to do that. But I just didn't realize it was wrong. It's okay. Because you didn't realize, no one taught you those things, so it's okay. But like if you're maliciously, like you know something, like you'll know it in your soul if something's wrong. Like because you just consciously know. Like when you know things are wrong, like my grandma doing things wrong to me, and she knows it's wrong because from what she says, and she's like a church woman, and she keeps saying all these different things, so she knows what she's doing is wrong. So her keep doing it when she knows she's not supposed to do it, that you'll feel that in your soul, and you'll feel bad. You'll feel really bad because you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing. You're betraying yourself. So understand, you should never betray your soul. It doesn't matter who tempts you or whatever, or what anyone does to you. No matter what situation you've been through, you should always have faith in yourself, and you should never let anyone change you. Never. I know a lot of characters are like that in anime. A lot of dark characters, like, not dark, I don't want to say dark, and that's not true, it's not dark. A lot of corrupted characters are like that in anime, but like the villains. But in reality, villains aren't really real. Villains are just corrupted beings. They're just virtuous beings who just had weak minds and weak souls. They didn't have enough willpower to persevere and to see things for how they are and see through the illusions. They let the illusions get to them. That's what happened. They let the illusions get to them, and now they became dark. Well, not dark. Dark isn't bad. They became corrupted. That's what happened. You never want to become corrupted. Never. See through it. Never let anyone control you or get to you, because we're not here to hurt others and to put people in a negative cycle. So whoever does that is not good for you. Persevere through it. Envision a better future for yourself. Strengthen yourself from it. Learn from these people. Learn the negative things from them that they're doing and be able to use it to empower yourself. So yeah, like, never use your power to abuse others. Use your power to help yourself and help elevate others. Never abuse it. You should never get off to hurting others. You should never get off to messing with other people's lives. You should never get off to that shit. If you get off to that shit, that means you have no soul, or you abandon it. I would never hang out with someone who doesn't have a soul, because you can die being around them, depending on the situation. Some people end up passing away and going and think bad things happen to them. They start getting bad luck and all these different kind of things because they're associating themselves with people who are not good for them. I'm not saying you shouldn't, if you want to come across them and be acquaintances, hi, blah, blah, blah. I'm saying having them in your circle like that can mess you up, because they can end up trying to mess your life up, or you can attract their karma. And that's not good. You don't want to attract their karma, and you don't want them trying to mess up your life. So those people need to work on themselves and get themselves right. It's not a matter of repenting. It's a matter of owning who you are and taking accountability for your life and apologizing to people and making it up to yourself and to others. It's not a repenting thing. Repenting is like just outdated. Instead of repenting, go outside, talk to the people who you hurt, or just own up to what you've done and become a better person. People repent just to, okay, I did this bad thing. Jesus, forgive me. And then they go and do it again. And they're like, oh, as long as I keep repenting, I'll be fine. That's not how it works, because you're not learning your fucking lesson. So you just think that you just get free out of jail cards. People think repenting is just a free get out of jail card. Like, I have unlimited free get out of jail free cards because I'm repenting. No, that's not how it fucking works. It does not work like that. It doesn't. You're abusing the system. No, you need to fucking learn or suffer. That's what you need to do. And then they wonder, oh, why is all this bad stuff happening to me? Why don't I have this? Why don't I have that? Because you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing. You're abusing your power. You're hurting people. You're hurting yourself. You're not growing. And you're just taking advantage of the divine. It doesn't work like that, man. But yeah, don't abuse your power. Any power you have, be grateful for it and understand that you have it because you're entrusted with it. Never let it get to your head. Your power should never be associated with your ego. Your ego shouldn't even know you have power. Like my ego, I don't let my ego know I have power. I don't even think about it. Like, I don't care. That's my soul's thing. My soul knows what to do with it. My ego doesn't know what to do with anything. Turn the ego off. If you have power, it's important for you to turn the ego off and just enjoy the show and just see things for what it is and just learn and adapt. Don't associate your ego with power, or it will trick itself and trick you, and it will try blending in with others, and it will associate that power with other people, and it will try to compare and try to compete and hurt others and reign over others and put others down and everything like that. Never associate power with your mind. Your mind doesn't know what to do with it. It's a soul thing. Your soul is what attracts power, not your mind. Your mind is just an animal. It doesn't attract shit. Your soul is the powerful being. Your soul knows everything about power. Your mind doesn't know dick. So yeah, power. Got you guys.